Hello, it's the Inconsistent Game Man. I'm back with my main man Stanley in the Stanley Parable. We're going to explore some of the other endings, but first I want to get an achievement because I saw an achievement say click on
All
the
of his
door.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Do you
Stanley
mind?
decided to go to the meeting room.
Do
Perhaps
you
he had
mind? I'm
simply missed a
trying to
memo.
talk here, mate. Click on door 430 5 times.
Oh, please.
What?
Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Yes.
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth?
What?
No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort.
Why
a
not?
measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
20 times, right. Click it. Click it.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause.
Wait, my
Perhaps
fingers
50
hurting
clicks
now.
will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
50 clicks! Right, super click. Come on, son. Keep clicking. My finger's starting to hurt now.
No, I'm still not feeling it.
What
I
the
want
hell
this
do you want,
achievement to
mate?
have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle,
50
Stanley.
clicks. What do you want if you
I
say
want to see
1,000 clicks, I'm
commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417. Right, 417. Wait, this guy's gonna make me run away with the bloody place. 4, 2, 5, 20. 417. How many did he say? Don't know, I'm just gonna
Oh,
keep.
great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437. Where the hell? 37. Am I going the right way? 37. What the hell's that? Oh, there it is.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415. This guy, man. Well, at least it makes you earn your shit. 415. There we go. 10 clicks.
Now, back to door number 437.
Jesus Christ. It'd be much better if there was a one button. 437.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Where the fuck's the copy machine?
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're
Christ,
getting
mate,
somewhere.
What do you want from me? 417. 417.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
419. 419. How do you jump?
Yes, this is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416. Go on, I'm feeling this, man. We're gonna get there.
We've almost got it. Now the copy machine.
The
Do
copy
that
machine.
one again.
Come on, mate. Come on, Stanley. Don't give up on me now. We're nearly there. I think. Hopefully. Jesus Christ.
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430. Yes! We did it!
Unlocked.
Oh, wow. That felt amazing.
I know, yeah.
Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed
Can you
an
do anything with these
achievement was
computers?
worth 5 little clicks. Really now.
Oh.
What were you thinking?
Oh. Computer's on. Can you do anything with any of the other computers? Huh, I guess not. Right, so let's try and get a different ending. I just want something up. I'm gonna check all the computers. No, never leave anything unchecked in this place. That's what I say. Is there any way to get there? No.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, instead of going up the stairs like he says, we'll go down the stairs or some crap like that.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Yep, we know.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided
Blue
to go
closet, we
up to his
did that.
boss's office, hoping he might coming to a staircase. Stanley walked upstairs to his
Stanley
boss's
walked
office.
downstairs. Got you, mate, got you. Got you. Does walking downstairs, Stanley does.
But
Hello?
Stanley just couldn't do it. he considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
Backstage of the Stanley Parable.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Hold on.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And
why
for
did
that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they
Wait, I'm
simply
fucking
repeated?
leaving.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is
meta.
all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
I'm in hell!
He yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt. He had finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
I don't like the way
He thought
this
to
is
himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon.
Just because I walked down the stairs.
Boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield.
What's going on?
Appeared. It was so much fun. And Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head.
What was that?
One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and
like this
thinking?
I'm still seeing
now
stars.
The voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly
this is getting so
strange.
bloody meta,
I'm
mate.
dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's
You're making me
describing
question my own
thoughts,
sanity.
he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Don't know this.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Don't do it, Stanley.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back.
It's not going to be a jump scare, is it?
The fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
Stanley?
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job.
Stanley?
Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
This just because I walked down the stairs.
My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Bollocks.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I'm real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice?
Yes.
Who am I?
Yes.
And everything went black.
I'm getting way too into this.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What? A woman named Maria.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Stanley?
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, For just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane.
Help me,
I
bitch.
am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
What a bitch. Huh. Oh, that ended. I want to keep playing. I want to see if I can find another one.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
To get a different ending. We'll explore.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
This way. Through the meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Blah,
Feeling a wave of disbelief,
blah.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase,
upstairs.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yes. We just walk on through.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Open the secret passage. What? This didn't happen last time, did it? What's going on?
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Is he doing that because I was rushing all over the place? Okay. Alright, what other secrets have you got for me? Screen's not going to go black again, is it? Yep, yeah it is. What's the point in this loading screen?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Right. There's got to be another route for another ending.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh, fuck it. This is like the alleyway from Labyrinth.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nah, mate. Man's going to his death.
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yes. Not going to be a jump scare, is it? Whoa! Jesus!
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his own shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
I just got jump scared in real life.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as
Still
Stanley
alive,
was
bitch.
led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
That's nice. Oh, Jesus. I don't think so. Fuck you, narrator. I always wanted to see my name in lights.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Where the hell? Is this heaven?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Ah. The two doors. Ah. Office computers. Okay. Credits. Davy Whidden and William P. Where's my name? Where's Stanley? Ah, it's Kevin Brighting, who's the narrator. Okay. Maintenance room. Am I going the right way? War zone. What's going on? What's gonna happen? I don't trust timers. Ah, just restarted. I don't know if I'm going the right way or not. Is there a right way? Do these do anything? What? We run 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one, released in May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is preparing a new version of the Stanley Parable. Okay. It's taking me through a history of the Stanley Parable. Where do I go? Up the stairs, maybe? I came from down there, so go up here. Am I back at the start?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Oh, I clicked it.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Huh?
No, perhaps not.
I don't need it.
Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game.
Really?
As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice.
Oh, he crushed the button.
Don't let time choose for you.
Ah, fuck it.
Don't let time.
I became strawberry jelly. Wow. Hello? Oh. I heard something. Don't like it when the screen goes dark. Hello? I'm confused. Is that it? Okay. Right, well, I think that's the end of that. We managed to get 2 endings in this one. If there's, I'll look up if there's any more endings because really I don't know. So, thanks for watching and goodbye.